Hi, I want to make a video talking about panic attacks. I think a lot of my subscribers deal with anxiety and possibly panic attacks also. So I used to not get panic attacks hardly ever, like rarely. The first panic attack I ever had was when I was like 13 or 14, and then just like rarely would I ever get them. And then last year, 2019, for whatever reason, it just like the frequency just like went way up. I've had the most panic attacks ever in my life last year. It was awful. And I think well, I just wanted to make this video to kind of explain to people who don't have panic attacks what it actually feels like to have one, and also for those who do, to give some tips that I personally have helped me. And yeah, so what it feels like to have a panic attack, it feels like, and this is my experience, it's one of two things. It feels like you're dying, or it feels like you're going crazy, or actually it can be both. And usually it is both. There's all kinds of symptoms with panic attacks, and I think that's the best way that you can figure out, like in the moment, like, am I having a panic attack right now, or is something else wrong going on with me physically? And it's really hard though in the moment, because your brain is so convinced that it's not a panic attack. Like, even if you're having the symptoms of a panic attack, your brain will tell you, no, this is because you're panicking, you know, like, that's the whole thing. The symptoms that I get, like, every time is my heart beats so fast. It's like, I think that's what scares me the most every time, is that my heart is just racing, and I can get heart palpitations, which is like when your heart skips a beat here and there. And I thought that was like really serious for some reason, but I looked it up online the other day, and apparently heart palpitations aren't a serious thing usually. Like, very rarely is it ever like a actual heart condition. They're actually normal from time to time. So yeah, my heart races and my mind races right along with it. My brain is just going into overdrive, like, what's happening, and like all these thoughts are just like going so fast. And I get the chills really bad, like I'll just be like shivering so hard. And like shortness of breath, I get that sometimes, where it's like I can't breathe properly for some reason, and probably because my heart's beating so fast. Those are the main symptoms that I get with panic attacks, and there's a whole lot of other symptoms that you can get too. I have had a few panic attacks around people, and that is the worst. Oh my god. the worst thing about having a panic attack around people is that, luckily it hasn't happened hardly ever in my life, just like a handful of times, not even, probably, I would say not even, and it sucks because it's so embarrassing. That's the thing, is like right immediately after, when you actually start to calm down, you're like, oh my god, what just happened? Like, what just happened? How come? Why did I let that happen? What happened to me? How, I can't believe I did that in front of people, and I feel like so embarrassed and ashamed and guilt for even having a panic attack. Like, what's wrong with me? There was nothing wrong with me, but I thought there was. I was like so convinced there was. And that's the hard part about having panic attacks when you're around people. And the other thing is, when you have panic attacks alone, it's like a whole different thing. And that sucks too, because there's nobody there to help you. There's nobody there to calm you down or soothe you or anything like that. You have to just deal with it on your own. And like, that takes a lot of work to do that, to calm yourself down, because it's not like it's an involuntary thing that's happening to you with panic attacks. I always wondered, like, why do we have panic attacks? I think science is not even quite sure why. I know that some people have them, like, for specific reasons. There's like specific triggers that can make somebody have a panic attack, and that's never been the case for me. I know a lot of people have them too, where there's no specific reason, like they just come out of nowhere pretty much, and that seems to be what happens to me. Although I have this theory that there is a reason for panic attacks, because for one, like, who ever has a panic attack when they're like really happy and just content with their life and just like living in the moment, enjoying life? Like, who ever has a panic attack then? Like, nobody. But my theory is that it's anxiety that has built up for a while. So you're experiencing something in your life, it can be like, or it can be like on like big life changes that happen, like moving. I know that I've had a panic attack right before, the day before that I was about to move. So stuff like that, I think stuff like that can make it happen. And I also think like it is a buildup of anxiety, like anxious thoughts, or just really, yeah, just a lot of stress and anxiety in your life, and it doesn't have anywhere to go after a while, so it's like panic attack. To get it out or something, I don't know, but it's not fun. Also, like, I think there's something about control with panic attacks. I'm the type of person that wants to control my life so much. I want to control more things than I have the ability to control. There's no possibility for me to, but yeah, I'm that type of person that, and don't we all kind of want to control our lives more than we're able to? So I feel like a panic attack just, it's like something that happens to us and we can't control it. It comes, and you have to deal with it. You have to stop it yourself. And you can control it, but there's ways that you have to learn to be able to calm yourself down and soothe yourself. And that's the hardest part, because in the moment, I mean, I had one like just a week ago, and I just remember I was alone, and I just remember like thinking in my head, like, I can't calm down. I'm trying so hard. I started deep breathing like everybody says that you're supposed to, and it didn't help. My heart was racing so much, and when you try to do deep breathing, it's just like, now I feel worse, and I can't calm down. And I was shivering so bad, and I'm just like, what is wrong with me? And I kept saying that over and over to myself. I'm like, Amanda, what is wrong with you? Why can't you control this? Why can't you? And why are you having this in the first place? And I was like, kind of shaming myself about it, and that's the part where it's like, so anyway, I looked online to try to find ways to stop a panic attack, and I've looked at ways before, but nothing really like ever helped me. And I found this guy, and he's like one of these like new age kind of guys that's like very like, oh, calm and serene. I speak like so calmly to you, and this is how you stop a panic attack. He basically said that you need to deep breathing combined with getting back into your body. And I was like, I'm still having a panic attack while I'm watching this, so I'm like, this is bullshit. This is not gonna help. This is like hippy dippy new age kind of stuff. But the one thing that helped me with this whole thing is, he said that you need to look at your feet and focus on your feet when you're having a panic attack, because it will ground you. And he said the best way is to be outside and like barefoot, like on the earth, so that you can ground yourself to the earth and all this. But it's like 20 something degrees outside in winter here, so I was like not doing that. So I decided to just like focus on my feet anyway, and like trying to get back into my body, if that makes sense. I know that sounds crazy, but the thing, it really like clicked for me all and made sense, is that when you have a panic attack, you're so much in your mind. You're like completely in your mind. And even breathing, I really noticed, like, the reason I couldn't like breathe right is because I'm like like breathing up here, like up and above, and like not like breathing from down here and up like normal. So that, the whole thing of like focusing on my feet and like feeling my body and like coming back to reality, to my physical self, like that really helped. Finally, it took a while, it wasn't like right away, but it stopped it, and I was like so relieved. Yeah, I feel bad for people who have panic attacks like on the regular. That just has to be awful. So yeah, next time if you have a panic attack, hopefully you can try what I learned and what helped me. Hopefully that would help you too, to be able to stop it. It really is just a horrible thing to go through, and I feel like a lot of people who don't have panic attacks or who have never had one, they don't really understand. And I don't try to explain it to them because, I mean, from the outside looking in, it looks pretty weird and crazy and stuff, but really, I mean, it's not. It's just basically what it is it's a manifestation of your anxiety. And it's something that you have to, I guess, learn to deal with, be able to learn how to stop them when they happen. And I think for me, if I can lower my stress and just chill out more and try to work on my anxiety, I feel like the panic attacks would go down a lot again. So any comments I would like to hear, please leave below, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.